wear a helmet, wear a helmet. When you ride, ride your bike in safety, ride your bike in safety. Way to go, way to go.
Good. This one is to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. 1, 2, 3.
Buckle, buckle, buckle up every time you ride. In your car or truck or van, safety's on your side. Over your shoulder goes your belt, hear it click, click, click. It will help to save your life if you do it quick. Mums and dads and relatives, little babies too. Buckle, buckle, buckle up, it's the safest thing to do.
We are learning how to get in and out of a car. Yeah.
And what else?
We are learning how to be a good passenger in a car. Yeah.
Is there anything you're supposed to do in particular?
Put on your seatbelt.
Anything else?
Get all the passengers get out on the side, on the sidewalk, not in the middle of the road.
Oh, good. Sounds like you've learned something.
You guys can go first.
And those two little ones. Jason, would you like to come and get in the middle? Okay, I want you in the middle, and Jason's going to be on the outside because it's okay. Do up your seat belts into the back. Come on. Do up your belt.
Let's go.
Arms in. On your belt. Arms in. Okay. Now do we go for a little ride? Okay, we've come to a stop. You can undo your seatbelts now.
Yeah,
Your seatbelts.
time.
Oh, out this side. This side. But he stopped for us. He stopped for us to go. Good? You see that? If that car stops like that, then it's safe for us to go across. That other car is very watchful all the time that you're going there. No, we have to stay here, Mike, because we have to go down to this other corner now. Okay?
What are your kids learning here?
What are we learning?
How to cross the street.
So, and how do you do that?
Stop. Oh, we looked to the left and we looked to the right and we looked to the left again and then we crossed.
Sounds like a good plan.
Forgot. Anyone else know what this sign means? What is it? What kind of a sign is it, Cameron? That's right. You can go biking. Or everyone knows what this sign means. What does it mean? Yield. What does yield mean?
Slow down.
Excellent. We know what this one means. Oh, what does it mean? Nice and tall, Dana.
No biking.
No biking. See that red line through it? You're not allowed to ride your bike through that area. You see this sign? What does this one mean? When you see that sign, Dana, do you know? Trains. Stop when you see that line. And this one? Cameron?
Oh, you can't
not cross here. You could get hurt. And one more. When you see this sign, what does it mean, Christian?
Walk.
You can walk. When you see a hand, an orange hand, what does that mean? Jenny Lee? Don't walk. Thank you. The little one, the bigger kids can do a double back.
Oh, that's easy.
Hey, Dana, would you like to try?
Can I try after her?
Okay. You know what I found out? Come close and I'll tell you what I found out. The boy in my other group was one of his faces, and it got wrapped right around the feather.
I saw that.
He's been going real fast. What would have happened?
You would have flipped over.
What should he have had on his head?
I held it.
Thank you, Cameron.
Why don't you explain quietly and clearly why it's not safe? There's a couple reasons why that's not safe.
It's not safe because the pedals don't move very easily.
Is there any other reason?
Well, there's another reason. It doesn't have a headlight. It's one of those lights with a bell.
Does it have a tail light?
What?
Does it have a reflector on the back?
No, it doesn't. Part for bikes and what part that can be fixed for people and how they can be adjusted.
All right.
B-R-E-A. Yeah, B-R-E-A.
Chad.
D-O-N.
Are you doing a safety inspection on that bike?
Yeah.
You see anything wrong with it? Looks okay?
Yep.
It might come out of the top there. Your bikes. Lindsay, thank you for sitting down. First of all, Justin's Kristen. Justin, do you remember how many cubes high your bike was? Patrick, maybe you would know. 47. How many had a bike that was more than 47 Unix cubes high? Extras? Okay. Anybody else? How many of you in your group had helmets? What did you discover in your group? How many had helmets?
No,
None of you in your groups. Oh boy, that might be something that you will have to talk about with your parents. This group, sit down quickly. We're almost finished. Blake, how many people in your group had? Good. Out of 4 people, that's a good start. They're going to be able to ride that much more safely. In your group? None. So neither of you have helmets yet. Maybe after taking the notice home yesterday, your parents will think about it. Bergen? Thank you. How many of you discovered in your group that the bike was too high for you? The seat was too high and it was unsafe for you to ride? Kristen, that was an unsafe bike for you to ride, wasn't it? Because the seat was too high. How about Blake?
It was 3 people.
Could have ridden it?
No, couldn't.
Really? Oh, so that was a very hard bike. So when you're thinking about buying a bike, or when you're thinking about riding a bike, even if you're borrowing a bike sometimes, your feet have to be able to touch the ground. And if your feet are dangling, the bike is too high. And please, boys and girls, the other safety thing to think about, if you're going to ride a bike, please try to wear.
That any desk that doesn't have radio box on it. Whose desk is this, Jason? Whose desk is this?
Dale, what are you supposed to be on right now?
A box.
Can you put your crayons over on a desk? Can you 2 boys put your crayons over on a desk? Alright. You're riding on a bus right now, but we're not going to be talking about bus rules until we come back in. We're going to go out to my car for a minute and we're going to practice doing up our seat belts and learning how to get out of the car properly after it's stopped. Yes, you do need your shoes. Would you go get them, please? Okay. Now when we get into when we get into the car, what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing we do? Pardon? What do you do when you get into the car?
Buckle up.
You buckle up. Good. All right. Now when the car's gone for a drive and you're going to get out of the car and it's downtown on a busy street, what side of the car do you get out of town?
The side that you're going to. The closest side to the sidewalk.
Good. Good for you. That's the answer I wanted. The closest side to the sidewalk. Because if you open your car door on the busy side of the street, what might happen? Do you know what might happen? What might happen if you opened your door and it was the busy side of the street? What might happen? Yes. What else might happen if a car came? What could happen to you?
I know.
What could happen to you?
The door could get broken off.
And what could happen to you too?
You could get run over.
Yes, right. So adults try and remember to watch carefully when they get out of the car. And the driver usually has to get out on that side, but they have to watch carefully. But it's always safer to slide over and get out on the sidewalk side of the car. Okay, so let's see if we can remember that when we go outside.
Now, helmets are just as important on your bicycle as seat belts are to people in cars. And a helmet does the same thing as a seat belt. When it's fitted on you properly, you hear a click when it works properly. So listen for the click. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. I would let you try on the helmet, but we don't try on other people's helmets. They've been fitted to their size. And so I'm just encouraging you to buy a helmet if you can through the school program. And as you know, they're only $39 instead of $70. And so you can always buy two for the price of one. And I know that all your parents are concerned enough about you that they want you to wear a helmet to protect yourself. Now, we're going to just read the words because some of the kindergartners can't read yet. So just read with me. Wear a helmet, wear a helmet, when you ride, when you ride. Ride your bike in safety, ride your bike in safety. Way to go, way to go. And over on this one, we have a buckle up song because we've been talking about buckling up when you're in your cars. And it goes like this to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Buckle, buckle, buckle up every time you ride. In your car or truck or van, safety's on your side. Over your shoulder goes your belt. Hear it click, click, click. It will help to save your life if you do it quick. Moms and dads and relatives, little babies too, buckle, buckle, buckle up. It's the safest thing to do. How many of you have babies at your house, baby brothers and sisters? Can you tell me, Sarah, what part of the car they usually ride in? Front seat or back seat? In the front seat, are they buckled up? What does the baby have that's special? That's right, and that's the law in British Columbia too. What is really the safest part of a car to be riding in? Yes?
The back.
Why?
Because there's not glass in front of it.
That's right, you're safer. The safest place in a car, as Captain Click told us, is in the back seat of a car. Because if you're in the front seat, you have the windshield and all the front part of the car, all the instruments and the panel that can be dangerous. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about just for a minute was things that are left in your car. How many of you go skating or play hockey? Lots of people on this side. Okay, where do you put your skates, Morgan? When you're transporting them to the rink and back?
You put them in the trunk or on the floor of the car.
Well, where would the safest place be, Morgan? In the trunk or on the floor?
At
Where
the
do you
back.
think? You're right. Anything that's left in the car that is loose has a special name. We call that a flying projectile. So your body can become a flying projectile if you're not seatbelted.
Guess another reason you should not distract the driver. Anything different other than distracting the driver?
There's some windows that have exit windows, and you shouldn't open them because it sets off an alarm.
That's right. You shouldn't go anywhere near those. All right, I'm thinking about behavior when you're walking out to the bus here in front of Hume School. What should you do and what shouldn't you do? When I'm on bus duty out there, what do I want to see? Selena?
Don't leave the bus line, otherwise the bus could drive and you're playing basketball and stuff again. And he could just drive away.
That's right. Okay, that's one very good point. What else about when you're waiting for the bus out there? What do I want to see when I'm on supervision? Heather?
Good behavior and also
Yes, good behavior. What does good behavior include? How should you be waiting there? Aaron?
just standing there.
Just standing there? Yes? Okay. Would it be all right for about 4 or 5 people to be standing side by side, holding hands and skipping or something?
No.
How should you be lining up? In?
A straight line.
Yes, a straight line, or we call it something file. In? No, we don't need to. In single file, right, exactly. All right, when you get on the bus, there's something that you should remember. You go up some steps. There's something there to help you when you get on the bus and go up those steps. What should you hang on to? Do you know, Heather?
The handle.
The handrail, it's called. Why do you hang on to it, Selena?
So you don't trip and fall and touch leaves or
That's right. Pretty much so you don't trip and fall, because in the winter time, especially if you're a smaller person, you might have snow or ice on the bottom of your boots, and those steps are kind of slippery, so you should hang on to the handrail. That's right. What about when you get off the bus? What are some behaviors you should remember? Just like getting on. Heather?
to not run off after you get off the bus, to not run off, to stay right behind the teacher.
Right. And if there isn't a teacher on the bus, you should just walk off in, what do we say? Michelle? In single file. That's right. What about windows? Other than putting your hands out the window, there's something else you should never do out a window. Do you know, Brian? Don't throw anything out the window. We talked about keeping objects in a safe place in your car. All right, what about on the bus? What should you do with them? Somebody who hasn't answered. Selena?
Put them on the floor. If you have a backpack, you can put it on your back.
Yes, it's a good idea to have something to put your items in from school, like a backpack, something like that, or a satchel, or some kind of a carrying case. And you can have it on your back, or you could take it off and you could hold it on your lap. But just make sure it's not loose in the aisle so it flies forward to the front of the bus. What about the bus driver? I know you shouldn't distract him. Is there anything else you should remember to do, thinking about the driver? Seth? Aaron? All right, while the bus is going, it's a good idea not to talk to him. Something else that you should remember to do. Jason? Okay, well, let's cover that first of all. Heather?
Shake his arm because he might lose track of his
No, that's right, you shouldn't distract him. What about if he has rules on the bus? Yeah, Michelle?
Obey the rules.
Yes, obey the rules that the bus driver has set. Jason, did you have something else to say?
Yeah. Well, some people at the back, the bicycles, they're leaning down, and the little one at the back, leave the ground.
All right, so you should remember to stay in your seat with your back here.
Walking both of you in the road, step in. Okay, all right. Now, you're the pedestrian on the road, and you're the car. On you go. Go on. Step in, let the car by, and out you go. Good. Here's the next two. Both on the road, that's it. Now, you've got to step in. Off you go. Step in, and then step out, and then you go home. Okay. Right, the next two. Here we are again. Right, walking along. When the car comes, step in. Okay. Right. Good. Now, could you all come down here and we'll say our safety poem? And we're going to say our safety poem. Okay. Come on. Ready? Go. Stop.
Look and listen before you cross the street. Use your head, use your eyes before you cross the street.
Oh, I think we'll have to do it again. Ready? 1, 2.
Stop, look and listen before you cross the street. Use your head, use your ears before you use your feet.
What should you use last? Yes, and you've got to think and listen before you start rushing across the street. Okay, right. Where we live, this is Fairview. And over here is Kootenai Lake, and here's the North Shore. And on this map, I would like you and your parents to find where the school is and find where your home is. And I want you and your parents together to mark on the map with a bright colored pencil the safest way to school. And that will be the safest way home.
Starting to wear a little bit, eh?
I know.
Okay.
I don't do that much.
Okay, where's your reflector?
I don't have one.
Okay, can you tell your mom and dad to get a reflector for you? It's got to be a red reflector,
I
okay?
don't want it.
Okay, otherwise it looks pretty safe. You got a reflector, but you need a back tire. Okay, can you tell your parents that you shouldn't ride it like this and get a back tire for it? That's pretty unsafe. If you get a flat tire, you can really fall on your nose. Okay? Let's have a look. Right? Let's see how it fits. That seat? Yeah, just makes it. Okay, good. What are these things?
Those things, I think they go in the jar something.
Oh.
I don't have a reflector.
Okay. Can you tell your dad then,
Yeah.
your mom?
Yeah.
Get your reflector. Your chain looks good. Your handlebar's good and tight. Yeah. Your seat just makes it good.
My grandma has a reflector at home to put on.
She has, eh?
Yep.
Okay. You don't get your bum all wet, eh?
No.
That's kind of nice. And a bell. Okay. Chain looks good. Let's see it straddle a bike. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay. You'll get that reflector on, eh? Thank you. Your brakes work good? Yeah, they work good. Brand new. No reflector though. Can you tell mom and dad you need a reflector? Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Forks tight. Okay. Good. Tires good. Good. Excellent. How's the brake? Brakes tight. Your tires good. I'm going to leave 3 little pamphlets, one for everybody in the school and the principal's office. And you'll have them distributed through your teachers. They all have some very important things. The first thing that's important when you get your bike out in the spring is to check the equipment on it. Make sure that you have a reflector that is working properly, that it's not broken, that your brakes are good, that your tires are pumped up properly and they're not smooth. I know how some of you guys like to do wheelies and skid on those back tires and they wear out pretty quick. You've got to have tread on there to be safe. Handlebars have to be tight. If you ride at night, you have to have a light. Next week is Bicycle Enforcement Week, where policemen all over British Columbia are going to be giving tickets. Any of you ever had a ticket? No, you don't want one. They're going to be giving tickets to anybody that doesn't obey the rules of the road or has an unsafe bike on the road. It's called Bicycle Enforcement Week. Can anybody tell me what this week is called? Bicycle Safety Week and Bicycle Helmet Awareness Week. It's been declared by proclamation by the Mayor of Nelson as Bicycle Helmet Awareness Week. We've joined up with other municipalities in British Columbia to start and try and make an awareness for bicycle helmets. We talked to you a little bit last year about them. You feel your head, it's not very hard, is it? Your head hits the pavement wins, doesn't it? That's right. But if you have one of these on, you've got a chance. Triathlete World, which is a company in town here, has made a deal with one of the manufacturers of helmets that made helmets available to all of you children through the school system at cost. And you can talk to your teachers about that later. On behalf of the Nelson's District Traffic Safety Committee, I'd like to give you this bicycle. I hope you have a good time with it. And here's a certificate for you to take to Triathlete World and get fitted for one of the helmets that are like that, so that you get one that fits you properly.
Hi, what's your name?
Angelina Pulice.
And you won a bicycle?
Yeah.
And why did you win a bicycle?
Because I read the story and
You wrote a story and it won in a contest?
yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
Excited.
Pretty happy, eh? Are you going to ride it safely?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's take a look at it here. It looks pretty spiffy. Is that the bike of your dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah?